Om Shanti. Good evening. Today in Baba's Murli, Baba has given us a in fact, a lot of beautiful titles. And one of those titles that Baba has given us, it is, "You children are unknown warriors, incognito warriors." As you might have heard or must have seen that there are warriors sometimes in the battlefield. So what those warriors do, they are having lot of armaments with them, they are having their weapons with them, and they use those weapons to kill their enemy. Hmm? So that is practically we see warriors fighting in a battlefield. But here Baba says you are practically not in a battlefield, but you definitely are a warrior. So how are you a warrior, and who is your enemy? Who is our enemy? Have you all identified your enemy, or is it still required to be identified that who is my enemy, and whom I have to kill? So we are not killing anyone in person. We are killing our own weaknesses, and that is Maya. So Baba says Ravan, the Maya, the five vices, they are your enemy. So these vices are also incognito. You are not able to see them because all these things are also intangible, and you feel them. These vices, Maya, also come, so silently the Maya is coming and entering into your head, so entering inside and making you to suffer. So you So Baba is saying, just as the Maya is incognito, in the same way, you warrior are also incognito. You are also someone who's unknown and is fighting continuously. You're always on a battlefield. And that is the reason why people have shown or written in the Vedas and scriptures that there were Pandavas who had a fight, who had a very big war with the Kauravas. So they have practically shown a war happening between the Kauravas and Yadavas and Pandavas. But in reality, Baba says there was not a war. It was not practically a battlefield, but you are with me. I am the God who is giving you the Gita Gyan, and you are Pandavas. So you are with in the company of God. You are fighting to become free. You are fighting for your rights, right? Pandavas were fighting for their rights. So similarly, we are also fighting for our rights. We are claiming our dynasty, our kingdom again in the golden age. For the golden age, we are having this fight with the Maya. So it's not a practical fight. So today, Baba says you are non violent, unknown warriors. So we are not creating any kind of violence here. We remove violence here. We attain everything, achieve everything by becoming more and more non violent. So today, in essence, Baba said, sweet children, together with becoming Sato Pradhan by having remembrance, you also have to accumulate an income by study. So Baba is saying that when you will be practicing more and more yoga, more and more meditation, that's how the soul will become more and more pure. The purification of the soul will happen. And as a result of it, you will be having a pure life in the golden age, and you will be having a healthy body also in the golden age. That would be through yoga, through the meditation power. But in order to claim a high status in the golden age, in order to become a king, an emperor in the golden age, in order to go into the royal family or the king's family, or to become like one, what you have to do, you will have to actually do more and more churning of the knowledge. You will have to acquire more and more knowledge. So the knowledge you churn, then the more you accumulate the knowledge, the more you accumulate the income by studying. So study by in Baba's studying Baba's knowledge is the basic thing, is something which is going to give us our kingdom back. So then Baba says, at the time of studying, let your intellects not wander here and there. Then the question is, what victory is fixed for you, doubly non-violent, unknown warriors, and why? So here the title is, we are double non-violent, unknown warriors. How we are double non-violent warriors? Because Baba says you are becoming non-violent in a double manner. How? Because we are not performing any kind of viceful activity also. We are not indulging ourselves into lust also, because Baba says involving yourself in lust, in kama vikar, in these vices also create violence, because lust is the only thing that is the basis of all the rest of the vices. So they come automatically when you become dehe abhimani, when you become body conscious. So then Baba says the answer for this question is, you children are making effort to conquer Maya. Your aim is definitely to take back your kingdom from Ravan. This tactic is created in the drama. Your victory is guaranteed because you have God Himself personally with you. So we, Baba, say your victory is guaranteed if and only if God is with us. If Baba is not with us, if we are not having Baba, and if we are not following Baba's Srimad, then Baba is not with us. And in that way, we won't be victorious. So Baba says Pandavas were victorious. Why? Because they have shown to be with God. So being with God is the only thing. Following God's Srimad, following God's directions is the only thing that can make us victorious. So then Baba says, you gain victory with the power of yoga. Through the great mantra of Man Mana Bhav, you receive a kingdom and you rule for half the cycle. Right? So Man Mana Bhav is a great mantra. However, Baba hasn't given us any mantra, but he talks about Man Mana Bhav because this mantra, Man Mana Bhav and Madhyaji Bhava, both these mantras are written in Gita. But we don't know the meaning of these mantras, right? We have been chanting lot of mantras in the path of devotion, but we don't know the meanings of them. So Baba says this mantra doesn't mean that you have to repeat the mantra again and again and chant it. No, just understand the meaning of it and do what it practically means. So Man Manabhav means that your mind should always be in the concentration and your mind should be in the remembrance of the one Father. That is the meaning of Man Manabhav. So Baba says, with by doing this practically, if your mind is going to be concentrated in remembrance of one Supreme Father, then what? You achieve your kingdom, and that's how you become happy, blissful, peaceful and prosperous for half the cycle. So the song in today's Murli is, oh man, look at your face in the mirror of your heart. So Baba says, that was the song that was played at that time. um, so the Baba is telling us the meaning of this song, that it doesn't mean that you have to practically see your face in the mirror, that what how it looks like, but the meaning of it is that you have to see the face of the soul, that how my soul is like, how is my personality from inside. Am I a vicious soul, or I am a viceless soul, or I am in the process of becoming a viceless soul? So what changes I have experienced, how much I have changed. So all those things come into this consideration. Om Shanti. When you sweetest children are sitting here in front of Baba, you understand that your teacher truly isn't corporeal. No? So we all have understood now that who is our teacher, who is teaching us. It is not an ordinary person, it is not me. So you should not understand that only sister is the one who is giving these lectures, or sister is giving you the Murli. No, I am reading to what Shiv Baba has said. So Shiv Baba is the teacher, it's not me who's sitting here. Just think that Shiv Baba is giving me all these directions. So this is all and each and everything, each and every word spoken by Shiv Baba. So who is the teacher? So it's the God who is the teacher, and God is not corporeal. So God is not having any body of his own. God has acquired a body here, and that's how he has given this knowledge. So it is Shiv Baba, the ocean of knowledge, who is teaching us. So you always have to keep reminding this in your intellect, that it is not me who's giving you, if it is Shiv Baba who's giving. So you have the firm faith that truly that he is your father. So when you study, you have to pay attention to the study. When students are sitting in a school, they remember their teacher and not their father. So you know that Baba is also your teacher. You must not hold on to any name, right? So you simply have to pay attention to being souls, listening to the Father. So Baba plays so many roles. Baba is having, we can have so many relations with Baba. So in the morning, when we remember Baba in Amrit Vela, at that time, Baba becomes our father. So we remember him and we become Baba's child. And at that time, Amrit Vela, we are going to Baba as if we are meeting our father, isn't it? So Baba bestows us with a lot of power, with a lot of love at that time during Amrit Vela, early in the morning. And then after that, at 6:30 or 7 o'clock, Baba becomes a teacher at that time, because then we go into our school. So then we are going to listen to Baba's Murli. At that time, Baba becomes a teacher for us. So in early, so at 6:30 to 7 o'clock, Baba gives us the power of yoga. So we are into a yoga class at that time. And from 7 to 8 o'clock, Baba gives us the Murli. So in Murli, Baba gives us the understanding, the knowledge. So there are two subjects Baba is taking simultaneously. So it is the subject of yoga and the subject of knowledge. So Baba becomes a teacher. So right now also we are listening to the Murli, right? And before that we all sat in meditation, and that's why we played that music and that those songs, so that you can sit in meditation for a while. And then whilst after sitting in meditation for few minutes, then if we'll be listening to the Murli, it will get all is going to go inside, and it's going to leave a deep impact inside. And that's how, because we need to clear our mind before listening to Baba's Murli. So it is very much required that before you start listening to Baba's Murli, you sit in meditation for at least 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, so that all the your intellect is clean and clear. And you just sit in Baba's remembrance. And after that, when you will listen to the Murli, each and everything is going to go inside the soul. So now Baba has become a teacher, right? So Baba is teaching us. So then Baba said, it is not like this, neither in the golden age nor in the iron age. It is only at the confluence age that you consider yourselves to be souls. Our Father is also our teacher at this time, because he is teaching us. So he has to do both jobs. So Baba says sometimes he becomes father, sometimes teacher, and he has to do both jobs. So you souls study with Shiv Baba. This is a study and also yoga. So it is you souls who study, and it is the Supreme Soul who is teaching you. So Baba performs multiple roles, multiple relations he plays, multiple relations he is actually giving us through multiple personalities that he plays, and that is the reason why we have called God as Bahurupiya, multi personality God. Why we have given so many forms to God, why we have sometimes called him Ganesha, sometimes Hanuman, sometimes he's a child like Krishna, and sometimes he's big like Rama, and sometimes he's having a different personality. So each and every form of Shiv Baba, we have given practically a form, sometimes because Baba plays multiple roles, and he gives us from multiple relations, so sometimes he becomes father, mother, a child, a grandfather, sometimes a friend, sometimes a companion, and lot many relations that Baba, lot many ways we remember Baba. So that is why we have given God a lot of forms in Hinduism, and we remember him with all these forms. All right. So Baba says, so it is the God who is teaching you. There is even greater benefit in this when you are personally sitting here face to face. Many children stay in remembrance very well. When you reach your Karmatit stage, that is like receiving the power of purity. Karmatit stage is what? Karmatit stage means when all your sins, all your karmic accounts are settled and nothing is remaining in the soul. At that time, the soul becomes completely pure. So when the soul reaches the purification stage, completes the purification process, and it becomes absolutely pure, then we call that stage as Karmatit stage. So so Baba says, you know that Shiv Baba is teaching you. This is your yoga and also your income. So you souls have to become Sato Pradhan. You are becoming Sato Pradhan and also receiving wealth. So you must definitely consider yourselves to be souls. Do not let your intellects wander anywhere else. So our intellect should be completely concentrated here when Baba is relating Murli. Whilst you are sitting here, let it remain in your intellects that Shiv Baba is about to come as the teacher in order to teach us. Right? So Baba says when the Murli starts, so before starting the Murli, we should not think that it's the sister, it's the Didi who's going to come and read the Murli. You should always wait for Shiv Baba, as if my Guru, my Shiv Baba, my teacher is going to come and read Murli, and the Shiv Baba is going to give me Murli. Okay, so don't wait for a Didi or a sister to come and read Murli. Just wait for Shiv Baba, that Shiv Baba is going to be here in few moments, and Baba is going to give me good understanding today. So he alone is knowledgeful and is teaching us. So who is teaching you? Whose Murli are you listening? You're not listening anything. This all these things, whatever knowledge you have heard, that doesn't belong to me. That belong to Baba. So he is teaching you. You have to remember the Father. We are spinners of the discus of self realization and also lighthouses. So Baba says, you all know the secret of the discus of self realization, the Swadershan Chakra, aren't you? So we keep rotating the discus of self realization, which means what is my role in this entire drama? This drama is a 5,000 years old drama. So this drama always repeats itself. So I perform the role either of a common subject, either a common role that I am having, or I'm having a special role to perform in this drama. So am I a hero and heroine in this drama, or just a side actor? So that is what my understanding about my own self. If I feel myself to be a special soul, to be someone who is playing a very important role in the drama, then Baba says it depends on you. And in the same way, how you become that, when you spin the discus of this self realization again and again in your intellect and fix your role in it. So you, it is all up to you. And then Baba says there is one more title that Baba is giving us today, and that title is that you are lighthouses also. So you souls become lighthouse. You must have seen a lighthouse. So lighthouse is something which is located near the seashores, I believe. And those lighthouses become are the real they are dedicated to show path. They are dedicated to show the paths to the seas, to the sailors, right? And Baba says you also are lighthouses, because there is a light inside the soul. So you have light inside the soul, and also you are dedicated to show path, the path to God, the path to Paramdham, and then the path to the golden age to each and every soul. So in that way, that lighthouse is just a material kind of a lighthouse. That is not a practical thing, but you are practically showing each and every soul the path to the Paramdham and to the golden age. So you are real lighthouses. Then Baba said, you have the land of peace in one eye and the land of liberation in the other eye. So it is not a question of these eyes. You speak of the third eye of the soul. You souls are now listening. Then when you leave your bodies, you will take these sanskars with you. So even after leaving the body, the knowledge is not going to go from anywhere, because the way we change our sanskars, all those sanskars are going to go with us. So Baba says you are now having yoga with the Father. You have been separated since you went into the golden age. That is, you haven't had yoga with the Father. So we separated from Shiv Baba 5,000 years back from now. When we went into golden age, we separated from Baba. And now after 5,000 years, we are again meeting Baba. So Baba says, you separated from me long time back, and then now you are meeting again. So you are now becoming yogis like the Father. It is God, Ishwar, who teaches you yoga, and this is why he is called Yogeshwar. So we Shiv. This is one of this is also a new title. We say, who is Yogeshwar? Sometimes we think that Shri Krishna is Yogeshwar, but Shri Krishna doesn't do any yoga. He doesn't even know about yoga, and Shri Krishna is the result of the yoga. We become Shri Krishna or like Shri Krishna when we perform yoga, when we do yoga, when we are having connection with the Supreme Father. So the Shri Krishna is what? It is the result of the yoga that we are having with the Supreme Father. So Shri Krishna was not Yogeshwar. We souls become Yogeshwar, and Shiv Baba is Yogeshwar, who is teaching us the meditation. Why would Shri Krishna sit in meditation? So Baba says Shri Krishna is a result. Shri Krishna is fulfilled in every aspect. So the soul is pure in every aspect. The soul doesn't have to meditate to become pure. So Shri Krishna's soul is already pure. Why would he need be teaching yoga to anyone? Why would he be a yoga teacher? Why would he be even meditating to someone? Okay, so Shri Krishna is not Yogeshwar. Then Baba says, you are the children of Yogeshwar. He doesn't have to have yoga. He is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, the one who teaches you yoga. Each of you becomes a Yogeshwar or Yogeshwari. So that is another title that Baba is giving us. So you should note all these things. You, while listening to the Murli, we all should keep a copy and a pen with us so that we can note all those things that Baba tells us, right? So these are so beautiful, beautiful titles that Baba gives us in the Murli. So we should churn these titles so that we become embodiment of these titles, you know. So this is something which God is giving us, these titles, that you are Yogeshwar, you are Yogeshwari. And then Baba says you will then become, when we will go into the golden age, then we won't be Yogeshwar and Yogeshwari. Why? Because we won't be performing any yoga there. So Baba says, then you become Raj, Rajeshwar, and Rajeshwari, because then you will be becoming kings and queens. Then you will be in a kingdom at that time. So you become Rajeshwar and Rajeshwari, princes and princes, prince and princess. So he is God, the one who teaches you yoga. He doesn't study it himself, but he teaches it. The Krishna soul studies yoga in his final birth and then becomes Shri Krishna. People also call Krishna Yogeshwar because his soul studies at this time. The soul studies yoga with Yogeshwar and claims the Krishna status. So he has been named Brahma by the Father. So who is Krishna's soul? It is Brahma Baba who is Krishna's soul, and Baba is learning yoga right now in this birth, and then he claims his status to become Krishna in that way by remembering Father. So Baba says, I change the name of this soul when I enter into its body. So earlier its name was, the name of this person was Dada Lekh Raj, and then I transform him, I change him, I change his role, everything. So I give him a different name, and that is Prajapita Brahma. So I rename him, and that's how he performs his task of creation along with him. So then Baba says, first he had a worldly name and then he died alive. Died alive means he became Marjiva. So how Baba died alive, how Brahma Baba became Marjiva? Marjiva means that you actually remove all the bad sanskaras and all the old sanskaras, and you completely renunciate everything from your intellect. You really lead a sacred life, onto the path of purity. And that is what Baba says, you become Marjiva, as if you die from the old world and you are living for the new world. So that is why Baba says he becomes Marjiva, and he lives a life as a complete Brahmin, and his life is dedicated to me. So then Baba says it is the soul that has to belong to the Father. When you belong to the Father, it means you have died alive. You also study yoga with the Father. You will take these sanskars with you to the land of peace. Then your new parts of the reward will emerge. You will not remember these things there. So, there, when we will go into the golden age, we won't be remembering each other. We won't be remembering these moments that we studied in Sangam Yuga. We had kind of Murli sessions and all these things happening. So, we won't be remembering anything when we will be in golden age. The Father explains these things to you at this time. Your paths are now coming to an end, and they will then begin afresh again. So, just as the Father had the thought to come, so the Father also says, when I come, I begin to speak. So, there I am in constant silence. Then, according to the drama, his part begins. He had the thought to come, and he comes here and plays his part. You souls are listening to this number wise according to the efforts you make, exactly as you did a cycle ago. So Baba says, when I was sitting in Param Dham, one day I had a thought that I have to go down now. My time has come for the incarnation, and I have to go down to give this knowledge to each and every soul of the world, so that a new world can be established. So that was the time when even Baba had a thought in Paramdham, and immediately Baba didn't took much time. Immediately he transcended. Immediately he left his throne from in the Paramdham and he came down. He left his seat there and he came and entered into Brahma Baba's body, and he renamed him as Brahma. And still, and from that time onwards, Baba has been speaking and giving us knowledge and working hard, so hard. It's been 84 years that Baba is just giving and giving. So many aspects he has told us about the worldly knowledge. He has given us the Gita Gyan that he has given, and lot of knowledgeful wisdom that he has given. And he has told us everything as a teacher, as a guru. He has elevated us to such a great extent that we can't even, praise Baba to what he has done to us, to what extent he has given to us. So that is something which we can't express, even what love Baba has given, how much of Baba has given care, affection. No father, no parents in the world can give that kind of love and affection to their children the way Baba has given. So Baba has been with us since that time, and not even a single holiday Baba has taken. So from that time when he had the thought there in Paramdham to go down, and from that time onwards, Baba has been with all the children, giving the knowledge, and becoming the father, mother, and giving all everything to all the children from so many relations. So Baba says, so that is also my part. I play, God plays such a beautiful part. No one can imagine God's part. That is the reason why when people are not able to understand what part God plays, people don't understand the role of God. God doesn't have to just sit above in the sky, and God doesn't have to just be in the cosmos and are not doing anything. God really enters into the drama and plays his role, and that role is a very incognito role. That role is dependent, that how do we really need God or not. It doesn't mean that the God is going to come and reveal himself to each and every soul, that I am God, have a connection with me, come on. No, the God won't do that. He has his own dignity, he has his own way of revealing himself to all his children. Only those souls who really need Baba, only those souls who really need God, they will be able to identify him. Oh yes, he is God in disguise. That is what is happening. Not all the souls of the world will recognize him in a simple form that he comes. So if you have recognized Baba in a very simple form, that how Baba is giving us this knowledge, how God has incarnated, so that is the most beautiful thing, to have a pure relationship, such a divine relationship with my Father, the Supreme Father. So Baba says, day by day, there will continue to be growth. So there has been a lot of growth in the organization now. Then Baba says, one day you will be offered large royal halls where eminent people will also come. So that time has gone, because we have been already given lot of big halls, big auditoriums for the seva. But we have already done lot of seva. So then Baba says, everyone will sit together and listen to you. Day by day, the wealthy will continue to become poor. Their backs will meet their stomachs. So such calamities will come. So Baba says, day by day, the earth is going to degrade. The five elements are going to degrade. They will become more and more tamo pradhan, degraded in everything, because they have to reach their extremity, and that's how the five elements will purify themselves. When the soul will get purified, the five elements will purify themselves, and in that way that purification process when will initiate, there is going to be lot of chaos everywhere, because the five elements will be transforming themselves. And that's how we are experiencing today. Each and every element is becoming out of control. Sometimes we see fire, sometimes we see water, sometimes we see earth, and sometimes we see air. So or each and every element is out of control, and they want themselves to be purified for the and prepared for the golden age, and they are making the preparation. So that is why Baba is saying there is going to be a lot of natural calamities happening day by day. So the nature is not going to sit quietly. So there will be torrential rainfall, and all the farms etc will be flooded. So there will definitely be natural calamities, destruction has to take place. So those are called natural calamities. The intellect says that destruction definitely has to take place. On the other side, their bombs are ready. So the five elements are going to play their part on one hand, and on the other side you will be seeing the explosions of all the atomic bombs that we all have created. So sometimes Baba says, just imagine that these atom bombs that you have created, will they be wasted somewhere? No, they all will be utilized. So all will be, will be exploded at their time when the time will come. So they all these bombs will not be wasted, they will be utilized to destroy the whole world. So natural calamities, Baba says, are for here you need to have great courage to face all these things. So we need to have lot of connection yoga with Baba so that we get the power to face all the things that are going to happen now. Then Baba says there is an example of Angad. No one was able to shake him. You have to make the stage of I am a soul to so firm that all consciousness of the body continues to break. So in the golden age, when the time comes, you automatically have a vision that you now have to leave your body and become a baby. So they shed their bodies and enter new ones. So there is no punishment etc there. So Baba says the shedding of the bodies is so easy in golden age, because there each and every deity, when the time comes for the deity to leave the body, then they get this vision that I will be leaving the body and acquiring a new body, and I will become a child again. So there is no pain actually. So death is also a celebration in golden age. While here, because we are not certain of what birth we will be having next, so there is lot of fear inside, there is a lot of pain inside when we even talk about death. We are not accepting death in a natural way, right? Otherwise this is the most natural thing. Birth and death, that is also a natural thing, right? So Baba says there, here we experience death during here we experience punishment during the death. That is why we are having lot of there is we don't lot of confusions about death, lot of doubts about death. So we do not want death actually. So Baba says day by day you will continue to come closer. The father says the part that is recorded in me will continue to be revealed. So I will continue to tell this to the children. The father's part will then end, and your paths will also end. Your paths will then begin in the golden age. So when Baba's part will be over, our part as a Brahmin will also be over, and we all together will be going to Paramdham. And then Baba says your part will, another part of yours is going to start, and that would be you will be going into the golden age where Shiv Baba is not going to be there with us, and we will be living a life as a deity. So that part is absolutely different. You now have to claim your kingdom. This drama is created very carefully and wisely. You are conquering Maya, and this too takes time, right? Conquering Maya is not a one day thing, because each and every day Maya is changing its form, right? So Maya will come in a different form every time, a more refined form every time. So Maya, conquering Maya, Baba says, is not going to happen until and unless you become a pure soul. On the one hand, those people think that they are sitting in heaven, and that this is the land of happiness, and on the other hand they sing about Bharat's condition. So you know that it has become even more tamo pradhan. So now Baba is saying that there are many people in the world, especially in Bharat, who are so rich. They are having each and everything at their outset. They are able to achieve anything. So they have got so much of wealth, right? And on the other hand, they are talking about Bharat, the poor Bharat they talk about. So on one hand, they are the richest people in Bharat, and on the other hand, they are talking about the condition of the Bharat, that how what Bharat has really become. So Baba says, how can we say ourselves rich, or how can we say ourselves wealthy when we know that the condition of a country in which we are living is so bad and so pathetic, right? So we can't call ourselves rich or wealthy when we are seeing people which are people so much, people are so poor and people are so deprived, right? So how can you call them yourself rich? So Baba says, according to the drama, it continues to become Tamo Pradhan with great force. You are now becoming Sato Pradhan. You are now coming closer. Ultimately, victory will definitely be yours. After the cries of distress, there will be the cries of victory. So rivers of ghee will flow. Baba says, in the Kali Yuga, we will be experiencing lot of cries. There is going to be lot of hahakar happening, lot of chaos happening, lot of people crying for their life. So, or there are going to be cries of distress. Lot of things will be happening here because people will be killing each other, and there is going to be a civil war in India. The destruction in India is going to be through civil war and natural calamities. So you will be seeing a lot of people being killed here, in a state of a war. And there, when we will reach to golden age, then Baba says you will be seeing cries of happiness, you will be seeing cries of victory. So you will be seeing a lot of prosperity there in golden age. So rivers of ghee will flow there. Here the rivers of blood will flow, and there the rivers of ghee and milk will flow. So you won't have to buy ghee. So in golden age, you won't be buying ghee there. So you will all have your own first class cows there. You are now becoming so elevated. So you know that the history and geography of the world repeat again. The Father comes and repeats, telling you the history of the world. This is why Baba has told you to write. Come and understand how the world history and geography repeats. So, those who are sensible will say that it is now the Iron Age, and so the Golden Age will definitely repeat. Some say that the world cycle is of hundreds of thousands of years, and ask, how can it repeat again? So there have been so many people, when they undergo the course, they ask, and when they listen to this chapter, this session of the world drama, the world cycle, they become so amazed to see, to listen, that how is it possible that this drama, this world is just 5,000 years old, but the science is saying that we are having a drama which is, the world is thousands of hundreds of thousands years old. They're going to be um, millions of years back, there was something like that happening. There was a big bang theory. So there were early man and lot of other things we are having accumulated in our mind, in our intellects, because all those things have been, put into our intellects, that we were at that stage, we were there at that stage, but we do not have any proof of that. Then Baba says, so lot of people are amazed that how also the drama is going to repeat. So that is also a point of concern, something, a matter of real thinking, that this 5,000 year drama is going to repeat again, and how is that going to happen? Then Baba says, here there is no history of the sun and moon dynasties. Until the end, they don't understand how this cycle repeats. So they don't even understand when their kingdom will come again. So they don't know the kingdom of Rama at all. So you now have the Father with you. There will definitely be victory for the side that has God, the Almighty authority. So we are at God's side, right? So if we are going to be at God's side, so there is going to be victory. So personally with him, if we will be there, if God is going to be personally with us, then definitely we will be experiencing victory. So the Father would not make you commit violence, would he? If there is going to be someone like we have shown, right, we have shown Shri Krishna motivating Arjun to throw, arrows on his dear ones. So Baba has never told us to do that. If I am going to say this to you, for example, if I today through this Murli, through this session, I motivate you to kill your all your family members, huh? So what are you going to say about me? Just think about this, that if I am going to motivate you through these sessions that go and kill all your family members, because I am the one who's giving you the real Gita Gyan, and we all have to repeat the Gita again, because God has once done that. Shri Krishna has once done that. He has motivated Arjun to kill all his family members who were sitting, who were there in front of him, and they were all against him, right? So that was a fight for in a family happening, and the brothers were killing their own brothers. So Baba says, just imagine if that kind of knowledge God has ever given to kill your family members. So that knowledge would have been applicable for today's time also. So we should also motivate others to kill all your family members who are against you, to have a battlefield, to have a fight, and domestic violence kind of a thing is going to happen. Each and every family member is going to fight and be ready to kill the family members. So that knowledge was really not something which is practically possible. So that Gita Gyan never happened in a way that is shown in our Mahabharata, the story that they have shown. So Baba says, I never gave you the knowledge to kill your family members. I came on this earth I incarnated on this earth to give you the knowledge of becoming a complete non-violent warrior. So we all have to become a complete non-violent warrior. We don't have to kill our family members. We have to be completely non-violent. We have to don't even argue with our family members. We have to give so much of love to them. So God is the ocean of love. He would never motivate anyone to kill anyone. Hmm? So we need to understand all these concepts. God gives us the knowledge so that we can change everyone. We can remove their vices. It is the vices which has transformed us into a vicious soul, into an evil spirit. So we have to remove all the vices that are here. Otherwise, Baba says each and every soul is innocent. Each and every soul is a pure soul. So just see the way you see people, you see the qualities that are in them. Don't see their weaknesses or the shortcomings. Always see their purity. Always see the goodness in them. And that's how you change people. So our fight is not with the people in practical. Baba says our fight is with the vices. Our fight, we are on a battlefield. Yes, we are on a battlefield, but fight is with my own weaknesses, with the vices that I have. So we become doubly non-violent. So there is most elevated deity religion of non-violence. So there they never fight or indulge in the vice. So you now have the power of yoga. But because no one understood this, they wrote about a war between devils and deities in the scriptures. So no one understands the meaning of non-violence. So we have been thinking that there has, because in our Vedas and scriptures, it is written that Asur and Devtas, they were always fighting with each other. Always they were in a kind of a lot of fights happening between Asur and Devta. How can Devtas have a fight? If they are having fight with the Asur and they were completely killing them, then Devtas are also violent, right? So Devtas were not fighting with the Asur. We become Devta, and in Sangam Yuga, we are fighting with our weaknesses. Our weaknesses, the Maya, the vices that we have, they are the Asur, the negative tendencies. So we are continuously fighting to become completely non-violent, to become completely viceless. And that is why they have shown practically the devtas and asurs having fight every time. So Baba says they have misinterpreted everything in the Vedas and scriptures. Misinterpreted. They have portrayed all the devtas as violent. They have portrayed God as violent, killing people. The Shankar cutting the throat of a child and making him Ganesha. So they have shown everything practically. Killing of a negative tendency, they haven't shown. They have shown killing of each and everything. So now Baba tells and tells all the secrets, and Baba says, you have misinterpreted everything in the scriptures, in the Vedas and Upanishads. So people don't understand these things. So these things do not exist in the golden and silver ages. Once you have claimed your status, your kingdom through this mantra, there is no further need of it. You know how you have been around the cycle and how you have come here. The Father now gives you the great mantra. You will then rule for half the cycle. You now have to imbibe divine virtues and inspire others to do the same. Baba advises you, you will have great pleasure when you keep your charts. So, in a register, there is good, better, and best. So, you yourself feel that you are studying well and that others don't pay any attention. So, therefore, they fail. Then Baba says, this study here is unlimited. So, the Father is also the teacher and the Guru, and all three are together. That one is the only Father who says, die alive. Baba says, die alive. Huh? Die alive. What is the meaning of that? Die alive means that you just die from all the bad things, all the negativities that you were having. Remove everything. This is your new birth. So everything, whatever was past, so it is past now. Forget about it. When you die, you forget about your past. Do you remember about your past birth? You don't do na. You don't remember your past birth because you have taken a new birth. Similarly, in this birth also, you have taken another birth as a divine child of God. So you now have to be died from the past remembrances, from the past birth that you are having in this same birth. Okay, so Baba says, die alive, become marjiva. So now you have to live again with new sanskaras. You really have to become modern in a way that you imbibe all the good things that Baba is giving, all with new powers and new energy. You have to live this life in the best way, in the best way possible. Okay, so that is the meaning of die alive. So consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father. The Father says, I am your Father and give you the kingdom through Brahma. He becomes the agent in between. So you must not have yoga with him. So Brahma Baba is an agent who has made our connection with the Supreme Father. So an agent is never remembered. When a connection is established, the agent, there is no use of the agent. So then Baba says, your intellects are now connected to Shiva, the bridegroom, the husband of all husbands. Uh, so, um, so then Baba says, he also advises this one, some children experience storms unless you have remembrance. So it is difficult to control your physical senses. So it is by having remembrance that your boat will go across. So it becomes difficult to understand whether it is Shiv Baba or Brahma Baba who is saying something. A very refined intellect is required for this. So now I think you must have understood how Baba relates this knowledge. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children says Namaste to the spiritual father. So, essence for today's Murli is the dharana is at this time you have to die alive completely, study well, and also keep your chart and register. So stay in remembrance and make your stage karmatit. In order to watch the final scenes of destruction, you have to be courageous. When you practice I am a soul, body consciousness will continue to break away. Okay. So the blessing, the vardhan in today's Murli is, may your intellects have full faith and cool down any fearsome problem. So may your intellects have full faith and cool down any fearsome problem. So just as you have faith in the Father, in the same way, have full faith in yourself and also in the drama. We need to have faith in Baba, we need to have faith in our own self, and we need to have faith in the drama also. So if you yourself have any weak thoughts arising in you, they will create sanskars of weaknesses. So therefore, do not let germs of any weakness of waste thoughts enter you. So waste thoughts are like germs, no? They are like bacteria and virus that enter the intellect, and they lower, they make us low, they make us feel low, they become, instruments of bringing weaknesses inside the soul. So Baba says, at the same time, experience benefit in whatever scenes of the drama you see, even scenes of upheaval. So even if the atmosphere may be one that shakes you, even if the problems are fearsome, always be victorious by your intellect, having firm faith, and the fearsome some problems will cool down. So Baba says, even if you won't you won't be shaking, if you will be having complete faith in Baba, then all the problems that you will be having, the fearsome problems will be having, all the scenes that are going to be chaotic in a drama, whatever is going to happen, that will cool down. So for that you need to be a victorious soul having firm faith in Baba. So the slogan is for today's Murli is, those who love the Father and service receive love from the family automatically. So if we'll be having lot of love with Baba, lot of service that we will be doing in Baba's family, then Baba says you automatically will be loved in the family. So those who are God's loving, they become loving for each and everyone around them. Okay, so that's the slogan. Okay, thank you so much. Om Shanti. I'm having another session in just few minutes. So I take leave now.